So this week we are going to be covering JavaScript. And so we just kind of get into some basics on JavaScript. We don't take too deep a dive, just kind of a little introduction. And there really isn't a web readings for this. All the information that you need is right here in the lecture demo. And I did include videos. So here are videos on these different sections in the lecture demo. Okay, but we do talk about how to create variables, how to create functions, how to create methods in JavaScript. Okay, and then we go through a little bit of event handling, like we can trigger JavaScript by clicking on things. So we do cover how to do that. And you'll notice that I've got some little interactive goodies in here. So you can click to see an alert, click to see a prompt, and it's JavaScript that's triggering these. Let's see. Okay. And then you can see that's all interactive. And it's really not too hard to do in JavaScript. Okay, we can change colors, so all sorts of cool stuff that we can do. And this kind of goes through and explains all of that to you. Okay, so that is the first part. When we do get into JavaScript, ChatGPT can be somewhat helpful. So I did create a second lecture demo on custom CSS properties because there are some students who really like using these. I don't have a problem with you guys using them if it's something that you're familiar with and you like it, or if it's something that you want to try. So I kind of go through and explain what a custom property is and how you use it. Okay, and then I've got a link out to an interactive example. I also go through how to use ChatGPT. And so, I mean, you can literally use it for CSS, like an HTML starter document. It does a pretty good job on. And you can also use it for JavaScript. When it gives you starter HTML code, you'll see it doesn't give you perfect code. Like this is supposed to be a menu, so it should not be vertical, it should be horizontal. But it does give you a place that you can start from. Okay, and it does save you a little bit of time. So here's some JavaScript. What I entered was JavaScript display and hide a paragraph. That's what I wanted it to do. And so this is what it gave me, where I can kind of hit the button and hide and display it. Okay, I asked for a JavaScript menu example. This is what it gave me. Actually did a pretty good job with this one. Okay, but I do encourage you to use ChatGPT, or you can use Gemini. For your final project, you are going to need to add a JavaScript function or method to your page. And so it's not going to hurt you to try ChatGPT and see if it comes up with some useful code. And you will notice that I made some videos basically demonstrating how you can add a JavaScript icon menu to your project, how you can add JavaScript, another way to add JavaScript to your term project, how to add a show and hide button from ChatGPT to your term project. So just giving you a couple of different ideas. Okay. As far as the assignment for this week, you only have a textbook assignment. You do not have a lab assignment because you need to start working on your term project. and you will be incorporating JavaScript into the term project. Okay, so there is no lab assignment. The textbook assignment is rather short. So there's videos that go with each one of these. And so this is a graphic, it's not interactive, but this is what your page is going to look like. And then you can click the buttons to change the picture. Okay, and so I'm going to have you download the pictures, and then this is all of your code. Okay, and so as you go through here, you'll just notice this one deals with prompts, okay, and having a prompt display and retrieving the whatever is typed. And this one, we are going to actually generate text on your page. Okay, so instead of displaying an alert like we do here, you're going to actually write it out to the page. Okay, and then this one, you're going to be adding some code to make this interactive. Okay, and I've got some of it highlighted. I'm going to actually edit this and highlight this too, because do not forget to put the on-click event handler in here, because if you do, it's not going to work. Make sure you put that in. I'll try to get that highlighted too, because this code calls this external JavaScript file and runs it. So without this code, your page is not going to do anything. So really important for you guys to put the on-click in there. Okay? And then it's also important for you to add the external JavaScript source into your HTML. This last one is kind of cool. You're going to learn how to do a couple of different menus. There's a push menu where you click it and it shoves the content of your page to the right and displays the menu on the left. And then there's an overlay menu that goes over the top of your content. And so they're very similar. So you'll start with the push, and then you'll rename your page, and then you'll modify it for the overlay. Okay? And so that is the JavaScript assignment. Okay? And once you're done with that assignment, there is an exam. So this is the last exam that you have to take besides your final. And so you'll go in here, and I believe I have it set up to build on the previous attempt. Yes, I do. And so there are 40 points and 34 questions. And you aren't going to be able to see the answer, but you will know if you got it right or wrong. And a lot of these questions do have multiple parts. So, if you got a question wrong, like if you go in and retake it and you got the question wrong, there might only be one little part that's wrong. Okay, so keep that in mind. And let's see. So what is due this week is the textbook assignment, the JavaScript textbook assignment, the exam, and then you do need a Certiport account. So if you don't have one, you're going to have to create one. There is directions in here on how to do it. Okay. So you'll go to the website, you'll create an account. Do not purchase any exam vouchers. We have those. Okay, but you have to create your own account. We can't do that for you. So you're going to need a username. You're going to need a password. Okay. Do not buy any vouchers. Okay. They come with the class. Okay. So what you'll need to do after you create your username and password is you'll log in, and then you'll just give me a screenshot. Okay. And submit that screenshot for points. Okay. So I do have a Certiport account. So I've already registered. So if I log in, This is exactly what you're going to have to do. You just do a screenshot of this. Okay, and then submit it to the Dropbox. Okay, so those are the three things that are due this week. Okay, no lab assignment because you're going to be working on your term project. I did cover the term project last week. The requirements are in the directions. They're also in the scoring rubric. And the showcase instructions are here, along with the talking points. You should create a PowerPoint. Each slide can cover a talking point because that will help you kind of organize the showcase. Okay, and for this, you can actually convert your PowerPoint into a video and you can upload that. And for this class, it is okay if you don't talk in the video. If you want to talk, you can. But in this video, as long as you have, addressed these points, talking points in your slides, you can just upload the PowerPoint video. Now, if you don't use PowerPoint and you use Google Slides, make sure that you have the Google Slides open to anybody who has a link, and then you can just post a link to those slides. Okay. You're also going to need to post a link to your final project. Okay, so the students can see that. Okay. But that is the final project and the showcase. Okay, so let me know if you run into problems or if you have any questions, especially when you're working on that JavaScript textbook assignment. Happy to help with any issues that you might have. And I probably am a little quicker at finding JavaScript problems than you are. So don't hesitate to ask for help.